What's up, guys? Mida here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the best time to call expired listings. Now, without a doubt, the best time to call expired listings is going to be the morning, and there's a few reasons and some that you might not expect, so make sure that you stay all the way to the end. The number one reason I like calling expired listings first and foremost in the morning is because you're fresh and you're not distracted by everything that might come up during your day. I know for agents, it's like, man, in the mornings, like first couple hours, they're quiet, you can focus. But then around lunchtime, all your clients and potential clients and prospects or training classes you might be attending, they all start to happen in the afternoon, right? So after 12, your day gets a little hectic. Maybe you got doctor appointments, you got to pick your kids up from school, you got to make dinner, and your afternoon just gets a little crazy. And your intention is to start prospecting in the evening, maybe say from 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 8. Once you do all that, and by the time you actually get to it, man, you're mentally fried, your energy is too low, or other things just filled that time. So the problem is, although you might prospect sometimes in the evening, it's really hard to do on a consistent basis. So if you want to prospect during the evenings because, well, people are home, they're back from work, they're kind of settling down for the evening, maybe they're finishing dinner and you can catch them. Those are great reasons why you might want to prospect in the evenings. What I recommend you do is just pick 1 or 2 days per week where you prospect in the evenings in addition to the time you're prospecting in the morning. But make it your habit because you can really protect that time in the morning to prospect starting at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. A 3-hour time block, 5 days a week, 15 hours of prospecting. When I first got started with prospecting, I was so adamant about this morning time block that I did not answer my phone at all. When I first started prospecting, I was so adamant that this time block was blocked off and nothing could interfere. Even if clients were calling me that I knew I had their listing or an offer was coming in on the property, I didn't return texts, phone calls, emails. In fact, when I was prospecting, I always use a dialer system like RedX. I would actually have my cell phone either face down across my desk or in a different room. I would have my email closed, so I didn't have a bunch of browsers open on my computer. I only had the dialer open and the MLS. No one could get a hold of me during that time because I know if I had maybe an offer that came in, I'd want to see how good it was, or it might tempt me to respond to them, or maybe a listing client is unhappy with whatever reason. Maybe their house hasn't sold yet, and now you're getting drug into that. Or maybe there's an aggressive buyer's agent that's trying to get information from you. And all these reasons that people might want to get a hold of you, it's not that they're bad reasons, right? But it is a reality that they can wait until after 11 o'clock. There's really nothing that happens in real estate that can't be dealt with after 11 o'clock. The reality is when you set up your day from 8 to 11 and you focus on the income producing activities of prospecting, at 11, you can handle everything else. I'm so serious about this that even if, God forbid, one of your listings, one of their houses were actually burning down, they shouldn't call you. You can't help. They need to call 911 and get the fire department there, right? So literally no circumstance should you be doing anything else when it comes to business during those hours. Now you might be thinking, well, what if my clients don't like that? Or, if they reach out to me and I'll get back to them in a timely manner, what are they going to think? You solve this by setting the expectation up front. So I'd always let my sellers know, because I was primarily the listing agent. Of course, I work buyers sometimes, but I focused on listings. I just let them know, hey, during the hours of 8 to 11, I'm looking for buyers to get your home sold. So if you try to contact me between those hours, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'll call you back as soon as I finish that time block that I have set aside on my calendar to look for buyers for my sellers. And in that way, they can see that you're a professional, that you have a standard, that you manage time well, and that you're disciplined and actually working to get their home sold. A lot of other listing agents, especially with expireds, the number one thing that an expired listing will tell you is they just put it in the MLS and forgot about it, right? I used to joke with sellers all the time. I'd be like, yeah, it's like they put it in the MLS and then enter the witness protection program, right? And they would always laugh on that initial phone call. And that's the reality of it. So when you show them that you're working on a daily basis to generate more buyers for their listings, it's a good thing. And what I mean by generating more buyers for their listings, Even though you might be prospecting for expireds, for sale by owners, oftentimes those people are buying another house, which could be one of the houses that you have listed. Another thing to think about is the prospects fresh in the morning. They didn't have to deal with all the stuff that they got going on during the day, getting the kids off to school, then going into work, and then, having their boss, yell at them, or, they're working late in the evening and now you're interrupting them when their energy is low. It's really good, in my opinion, to catch them when they're fresh too. Maybe they just dropped the kids off and they're headed into work. Maybe they're just getting started in their day and they're mentally fresh. They're just getting caught up on some email. So they haven't really dug into any important projects yet. So it's really great when you're able to catch them before their days also kind of got away from them. So how do you set this up to work in your day? You want to have an ironclad morning routine. So I'd always make sure that I was at the office by 8 a.m. or at least at my desk by 8 a.m. Or if you're working from home, make sure that you're at your desk by 8 a.m. You want to make sure that you're also role playing before your expired calls. Highly, highly recommend this. At least 3, maybe even 5 days a week, you want to role play with different role play partners around the nation. So what you can do is maybe on the way to the office, you're role playing over the phone in the car. Not ideal, but if you're running behind, you can do that. Or you just get to the office at like 7:30 to role play. I used to role play for 15, 20 minutes. I didn't feel that I needed the whole 30 minutes that a lot of people might recommend or you might be doing right now. I felt that once I was kind of like a master of my scripts, for maintenance mode, 15 minutes was perfect. 30 minutes was overkill. Then I did in the car sometime, no big deal, but I still got it in. So you start with your script practice. 8 a.m., you're on the power dialer and you're dialing for dollars. You're calling the expired listings. Start with the new expired listings and then call the old expired listings. If you've been following me for a little while, and I hope you have been, subscribe to the channel if you're not so you can get updated on all the new videos. You know that I'm a big fan of old expireds. However, if you've been calling for a while, you know that you should start with new expireds and then go into old expireds. If you're brand new with your scripts, start with the old expireds. No big deal. Once you've been doing it for a few months, then start calling the newest expireds. So my day at 8 a.m., new expireds, there might only be 10, 5. I would call them twice because sometimes when they see, hey, who's this person calling me twice in a 5-minute period, they answer the second time. So that increases your contact rate. So that's a tip for you there. So call the new expireds twice, then go into yesterday's expireds, the day before yesterday's expireds, and I would go back 5 days. So I had 5 buckets of expireds. And then once I called them for 5 days in a row, I would put them in my archive, or what I like to call the bag. So I would just throw them in the bag. And whenever I was maybe had some extra time to prospect, or I was done with my system that I just described, then I would go into the bag and start dialing again those archived leads that didn't pick up the first few times that I called them. Once you get through the new expireds, the old expireds, you're going to want to go for sale by owners. Once you get through your for sale by owners, if you want to add in some circle prospecting, I'm okay with that. And then you're going to want to go with follow up. Follow up, that's where the fortune's at. Fortune's in the follow up. So make sure you're always getting that follow up in. That should cover your 3-hour time block. Once you're done with your 3-hour time block, hey, go to the gym, come back, have lunch, get ready for any appointments that you might have in the afternoon. Call it a day. I don't care. The reality is, as long as you do those income producing activities in the first 3 hours, you know you'll have a successful day. Most agents don't do 3 hours of income producing activities the entire week. So this is a strategy that if you implement, you'll really, really have some amazing progress in your real estate career. And in the market that we are in right now with low inventory, it's tight. Agents are dropping out left and right. I don't want that to be you. So make sure that you're building this strong foundation in this market. And I'm telling you, when the market comes back and there's a lot more transactions happening, you'll absolutely crush because you'll have this skill set established. All right, guys, hopefully you got some value today. Thanks for watching. As always, give me a thumbs up on the video. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you're looking for some coaching, some mentorship, I work with agents that are looking to partner with me at eXp Realty. So would love to have a conversation with you around that. But if not, that's cool too. There's some links in the description that can add some value. I have a free course on seller prospecting that you can check out. And then also a discount code to RedX to save $150. So check that out too. And guys, I will see you in the next one.